Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Taco Imposters for Thursday, June 6th, 2024. I never ever know what to talk about for these things, so I just always start it with whatever, so I don't know. Last night at my young adults, it was weird, very strange. I don't like it. I'm not going to get into details. I'm just going to say it right now. So somebody decided to make food, and I was like, well, first of all, we've been doing okay. We've been doing people's birthdays, okay? And so what we've been doing is we've been doing people's birthdays. I can't change that now. Okay, well, wait a sec. I want to change the audio, so give me a second. Yeah, I guess not. Okay, I was trying to figure out if I could, like, monitor my... Analyze, maybe? Nah, I don't know. Don't know how to monitor, like, hear it in the headphones of what I'm listening to. So... which is fine, I guess. Anyway. So yeah, so we're doing birthdays, right? So we started with one person's birthday. I was like, oh, it's her birthday. We got to do something about it, right? So I was like, okay, cool. And then we had to do everybody's birthday because you do one person, and I think my mother made the point. And I thought of that before she said that, but my mother made the point. You're going to do everyone's birthday? I said, yes, you have to. And I asked my friend, my best friend, and she's like, yeah, we have to do everyone's birthday. And I'm like, okay, good. So I wrote everyone's birthday that I knew down. Then I asked people to write them in, and only one person's done that so far, and I've added one other person, so 2 people have been added. Anyway, so I have a Word document on, like, not a Word doc, a Google Sheets document, so like an Excel spreadsheet on, like, oh, interesting. The other monitor's not working now. Whatever, I'll figure it out later. And so I put everyone down. And so we've done 2 people so far. I was the third. Right, and so I thought to myself, I'm like, okay, cool. Then we get to me last night, and I'm like, oh, because my birthday was Monday, and then they did me, on Wednesday, like, give me a card on every birthday. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, what? It was very bizarre because the people I thought would have been in that card, more people would. Oh, first of all, I said to my friend, I'm like, look, okay, no offense, but like these cards are tiny. And he goes, yeah, okay, cool, gotta make them bigger, got it. What does he do? He goes and gets the same card. Oh, they're all the same size. No, bullcrap. That's bullshit. That's baloney. You know why that's baloney? That's baloney. Let's turn down to maybe 10%. That's baloney because, no offense, but you can get a damn, I think a poster board or something. Whatever it's called. It's that colored paper or that white paper that's like 3x3 or something, or 2x2. 2 foot by 2 foot, like square or whatever. Get one of those. Like, I thought to myself, God, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. I want to pick up like 30 of them and have them for the rest of existence. Leave them in one of the guys' offices at church and be done with it. Be like, yeah, here, leave this in here. Pull out one when you need one. Because for the next person, if it's not, well, the next person actually 2 people after this, if we don't get somebody between them, I got something to say to that woman, and so, yeah, I mean, or something to write to that woman, so I need a lot of space. Well, I'd like a lot of space. If I can't set it up because reasons, but okay. So yeah, and I got a card, and I'm like, oh, great. And I looked at the card, I'm like, okay, it's a fine card. It's not bad. I'm just saying it's not anything to write home about either. That's fine, but, whatever. Sorry, I moved that. Sorry, I'm moving the mic. Sorry, I should have done that. But yeah, so, what are you going to do, right? In my opinion, look, I should be grateful that anybody did anything at all, okay? I should be grateful that anybody did anything, so they remembered that I existed. There's 2 people here and there in that card that I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, nice. Somebody said something, Other times it's like, and then other ones like, yeah, oh, you could have said better than that. You could. It's okay. Don't worry about it. And then other people, it's like, well, yeah, okay. And there's other people I'm like, yeah, I didn't expect you to be in that card. Nah, not at all. And most, like 90% of the people who were there last night, yeah, no, I didn't expect them to be in the card. But then there were some people I'm like, what? And then I was thinking, you didn't get this person or that person? Why? What? Okay. Fine. Look, I don't really care. I'm just saying, like, I was just kind of baffled, like, oh, okay, well. You're like, well, so that's just my opinion. So I'm like, whatever. Look, again, like I said, I've got to think of it in like a. At least they thought of me at all. All right. At least they thought of me at all. So. They sang happy birthday like we've done for the other two people, and yeah. So. Yeah. So. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we did last night. Which okay, fine. Like, as long as we do this for all the people we can figure out, I think we'll be fine with these birthday things. Yeah. Yeah, why not? As long as we do it for everybody else, like, right? That we can figure out. I asked someone who my friend said that would know all the birthdays, and she's like, "Oh, it's gonna take a while." I'm like, "Now is a while like hours, days, weeks, months, years, what?" And I'm assuming it's like months. Or, to be honest, she's the type of person where, like a lot of people I know, where it's like, I'll just get to it when I get to it. And then they're like, no, I'm going to do it. It's just, I'll get to it when I want to actually sit down and do it. It's like, not that I need people, like, need this information. I'm just saying, like, it would be nice to just have information so that we can think of, like, okay, how do we do this for the people, right? When do we start this? How do we do this? That person? I don't know. The next person, I don't know. But the one after that, I'm probably going to start, like, 2 weeks in advance and be like, yo. Get one of those poster boards 2 weeks in advance. Write enough stuff for it. No, because you people don't make any sense. But anyway. I said my friend. Card's good. Could have been better. But card's good. He's like, good. Anyway. I don't know. Look. It is what it is. I'm not going to go say anything bad about it. I'm not going to say anything great about it. So it is what it is. I didn't say anything on Monday when I went to our Bible study. So I was like, okay, well. Because like, nah, forget it. But, you know, whatever. Look, I don't know. And I don't care. At this point in my life, I've come to the conclusion that you should take what you can get. So for a lot of things, just take what you can get. Because think about it. I don't, well, I don't know. You kind of, I've told you this whole thing about friends before. So it's like this whole weird, like, well, wait a sec. So so I was kind of like, not confused, but I was like, so wait a sec. Okay. It's, are we at a, I don't care. Okay, are we at a burn in hell, right? Die in a fire. I will make sure that you do. There's a, I don't care. Or I don't want to burn in hell, but I don't care at all. Like, I just couldn't care at all, right? Then there's the third, where it's like, well, okay, yeah. We're friends, but only within certain, groups of people. Or we're friends that I would probably only associate, and in that, like, friends in the same same thing, school, work, church, whatever, you also can fall into the same category of like, well, and I do things outside of it, but only as long as we're in the same group of people, which is fine. And then there's the third where it's like, yeah, I do things outside of the group of people. Sure, I go do something with you. And then there's like, we're friends, where it's like, okay, yeah. And that could be the same thing, be honest. Could be under the same umbrella category, the same category. And then next one's like, oh, we're best friends. And then they're like, one that kind of like subsedes, like goes over, like, is higher than that is your wife, your husband or your wife. So, right? So, I have no idea what any of my friends are. I don't know where any of my friends stand. Are we in like this? Are we best friends? No. Most of them, no. If you want to call them friends. So if I'm going to say people I would like possibly consider friends, I would say we're not best friends. We're more than like, I don't care. But we're less than, I do something outside of this with you. So, I get baffled as to like, well, what does that even mean? Right? Right? What does that mean though? By, oh, there you go. What the heck? Did the two screens just flip? Might have. No, there you go. Got it. Yay. Got him. Anyway, fix the other screen by just doing that like weird reset that you do. Like, what is it, like control? It's like, I think it's Windows Control Shift B. Anyway, I know like resets your driver, your graphics drivers. Anyway, so yeah, so I don't know where, like, we're more than We're more than I don't really care, and obviously more than like burn in hell. But we're less than like, oh yeah, just outside of this, you know. We're friends, you know, quote unquote friends and parentheses, you know. So for me, I'm just like, so where are we? Are we in this like I only do things because we're together? Are we friends? What are we? And that really does depend. I have no idea. Like friendships are weird that way too, though. It's very hard to figure out. Like, also, I had a question last week at Bible study, young adults. That was, what is a friend? And a lot of it was like this, that, and the other thing. And my whole thing was like, no. What was I going to say? I was going to say something about like, okay, friends. I don't know if we're friends, right? I don't know. Like friends. Because friends are weird. Like, you get to the point where like, you don't know. Oh yeah, that one-sided. I was like, because friendships can be one-sided. Friendships can be one side thinks we're like the best of friends and we're the greatest of people and we do everything together. And the other side can think, nah, we're just whatever. Right? Which, okay, I don't have a problem with that. It's just that, like, what's worse, though? Like, what's worse, okay? Never knowing that you're a one-sided friendship? Or, like, upfront being like, I don't care about this friendship like you may care about this friendship. Because that's the thing. To me, I think you should 100% upfront just say, here's the level of commitment I want in this friendship. You can have a way higher level of commitment than I do, but I'm never, and I mean never, really going, or more like, don't be surprised or don't, you know, be angry or don't be mad or don't be turned off or taken aback when I don't reciprocate the same level of commitment or level of energy or level of anything to this friendship. Because that's the thing. If you do that immediately, I think it makes a lot better than having someone having to like come back and be like, I never wanted this in the first place. It's like, well, that would have been nice to have told me ahead of time. Because someone like, well, it also depends on who you're talking to. Because if you're talking to someone who would get like broken down and destroyed and like that, you know, and like they would like break down. Okay, maybe not. But if you're talking to someone who could take it, like I could take that. Come on. Look, especially as a female, don't screw with me thinking that I could have a chance with, not even a chance with you, but just a friendship with you, and then you just, you know, F me in the butt by just like, no, we're just gonna whatever, you know. Yeah. Well, I never wanted anything anyway, but you had a way higher, it's like, so not even friendships? Like, yeah, no. Like, what? Not even in friendships. It's like, no. Like, oh. We could have even had a friendship here. No. Because also, there's the stuck in the same place. Not, okay. Because there's a difference. I think there's a slight difference. Right? Difference between. Okay, between. There's a slight difference between having something in the same thing and then being stuck with someone in the same thing. What I mean by that one is you are living in the same place for whatever reason. You are you're in the same like summer camp. I've learned so many people I thought were people I could like come with, like I could do things with after, you know, summer camp. Nah, they're all like, no, screw this. Which my friend made the point that he had the same problem, and he was like, well, my problem, well, I came to the conclusion that it was all on me. And I'm like, okay, fine. It was all on you. Okay, sure. Could have been all on you, but also it's not 100% on you. They could have done stuff too. It's like, yes. But I was always thinking, this is what he's saying. He's like, I'm always thinking that it comes off as, well, or like, they should come to me. I cannot come to them. They have to come to me to do things. And I'm like, to ever associate with again. And it's like, well, that's a stupid mentality to think. Is this going to work now? Let's see. Let's check. I think it might work. So, I just ran out of space on my computer, so I had to make more space. But yeah, so those people, yeah, they exist. So like, no, it's not their fault. It's not your fault. It's kind of both people's faults. But you can, what's the word I'm looking for? You can initiate conversations outside of whatever you're doing. Anyway, I don't know and I don't care. This weekend's also the like young adults retreat at the summer camp. And I'm like, and it's like, but the thing that's weird, okay, the thing that's weird that I don't understand is it can't have gotten that much more expensive to do this, right? Because there's one that they do for youth, right? And I used to go to it, right? And it was like teenagers. And it was like, okay, great. Teenagers are fine. It was good. And this guy, it's the same guy running both of these things as far as I know. And so, as far as I can see, one is, maybe it's because they're adults, but one, you can go, early bird was like 95, and then I think the like latest was like 160 or 175, something like that, like the full price, right? And so I was like, okay, right, that seems reasonable. Even at the most expensive price, that's not like insane. But then you've got $30, $40, $50 more, where it's like, for this one at full price, it's $195. I'm like, this is Canadian. I'm like, what? It can't be that much more expensive. It can't be like $30, $40 more expensive, can it? And I guess it could. But per person, really, like, seriously, I don't know. Because the early bird was like 130, but only the first like 25 people use some code, and then it was like 160, and then it was 200. And I'm like, it's been 200 for like the past 3 years, so I don't know, but yeah. Like, it's just bizarre. I don't understand it, but okay. And I wasn't gonna go at that price. If it was $150, I may have thought of going, but no, of course not. Now it's 200. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Also, friend's supposed to bring 6 people, and I'm like thinking, what car are you bringing? Because I'm like, wait a sec. I was just thinking about it like last night. I was like, wait, so you're bringing 6 people, and okay, you're bringing 6 people, but you don't have a van. Are you using a van? I'm confused. Maybe he's not even thinking of the number of people. I'm confused because it's like, I know it's 2, 3. Yeah, it's 5 people plus himself. So I don't understand it. So anyway, look, I'm not gonna question that one, whatever. I don't care. But I'm just saying, like the retreat. I'm like, Also, it's the kind of thing where it's like, it's not worth $200. It's not worth $200. It's not. I'm sorry. A lot of people just like being there and like the place and like the whatever, the atmosphere. And yeah, sure. But I'm not spending that kind of money to go there. Although what else would I be doing with my life? Not much, but whatever. So it's like, I don't understand, but okay. Right? Where I'm just like, oh, okay. Sure, right? Oh, I need that on actually to hear the sound. Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion on that. That one's just a little like, not stupid, not dumb, not bad, but just kind of like, okay, well, maybe it got more expensive, maybe this, that, I don't know. Although, and I saw the people coming, I'm like, doesn't seem like there's so much crazy things. Food has gotten more expensive, but like, I don't know, you can get some in bulk. I don't know. It's just in my opinion, I feel like it's weird, but okay, what are you going to do, right? I don't really care. I don't really question anything. I'm just like, whatever, look. I don't really care, and I'm just like, sure, whatever. It doesn't matter to me, does it? Not really. Not particularly. Not particularly, but, to me, it's just like, well, okay, sure. Sure. So, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, in my opinion, I'm just saying, like, look. I might go 1 year just to be able to see what it is, but I don't really care. I don't. I just don't. No offense, I just don't. I just don't care. Oh, I wish I could, like, hang out with someone this weekend. Someone else this weekend, because my friend's going, so he's not here around. And then, other people I know are not working. Yeah, working, or I can't hang out with those people. It's like, nah. What are you going to do, right? Oh, well. I'll have to figure something out. But yeah, I mean, so look, I don't know. Is there something I could do, or is it just kind of like whatever? I don't know. In my opinion, it's a bunch of like horse hockey in the sense that like you should have like told it. I did know this like a month ago, but like you should have announced this like a month ago. Like, what do you? These people in these unannouncements and non-announcements and this, that, and the other thing, and let's let everybody find out. This whole thing, okay? Look, we don't have to be, an agenda like we're in, elementary school or high school here, right? But a little bit of like, oh, there's this thing happening, there's that happening, like, there's this announcement and that announcement, I'm going to announce this and announce that. That would be nice. No? That would just be nice. No? Nice to know. For those people who just don't, I don't know, some, for whatever reason, don't have a way to, I don't know. I'm just saying it would be nice, but you would think that somebody would do that, but no, it never happens that way. It always ends up with this stupid, oh, damn. I just thought of something, but anyway, that's not important. Yeah, you would think everything will be publicly announced everywhere, but no. And to be honest, it might have been publicly announced on a Sunday morning. I don't know. I don't go to that Sunday morning anymore. But I mean, I might go back to them. I think I am going to go back to them, to be honest. But yeah. So in my opinion, I'm just like, look, it's just weird. Although my dad made the point of on a Sunday, because we watch the live stream sometimes, and on a Sunday morning, right? The young adults don't exist. They don't exist. They just don't exist. They just don't exist. And I'm not saying like, oh, the people in the church know they're around, so whatever, right? It doesn't matter. Who cares? You know, they know they're around. It's good. No, the youth can announce things, and everything else in the church that they want to announce gets announced, and the young adults we don't exist. A picture of here's the people who exist. If you're a young adult at this date or this age, here you go. If this, that, you know, I don't understand what's going on. Like, it makes no sense to me, but I wonder. No. Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. We seem to not exist. We seem to just like have our own little thing. I think I was walking, right? I was on a walk, and I was thinking to myself, but that's sometimes how churches work, okay? Churches work in this weird, like, okay, so you've got two different types of churches. You've got the churches who try and get the most people involved in church. Well, a few different ways, types of churches. So you've got the first ones where it's like, okay, so we're going to get the most amount of people in church. Let's just get people to church. Like, let's evangelize and let's convert people and let's get them to church. And we don't have to convert people or evangelize, yes, but convert people not necessarily. So we'll just go, bam, bim, bam, boom. We'll get people into church. And church is not, and then you got the other half where it's like, well, church is a place where the already converted, right? The choir, where you're preaching to the choir kind of thing, is, you know, the already believing go in to then go out. Wait, okay, look, to be brutally honest, I don't see that one as like a big, huge problem, but I do think, well, then you're missing the point, I think. But I don't think it's like a, you know, heresy, you know, damnable heresy, you know, excommunication type of deal, right? Get the hell out of, you know, get the heck out of, you know, stop existing kind of thing. But I don't think it's right. Okay, so those are like the two general ways. And then you've got the rest of the church around it. Now, I'm talking Protestant churches here, not Catholic churches. I don't know anything about Catholic churches in that regard, really. A lot of it does seem like preaching to the choir, but okay. What I'm in Protestant churches. So, in a Protestant church, so you end up with the rest of the church around it, either being, so it's either the Sunday morning is the important, like, get people to there, or the rest of the events are that get people into church. And then Sunday morning is just, okay, now that you're in through through youth, young adults, a Bible study, a kitchen cooking thing, I don't know, basketball, pick up hockey, doesn't matter, right? Sports, whatever, doesn't matter. Line dancing, doesn't matter. You know, photography, doesn't matter. Painting, art, doesn't matter. But you really learn. Because, to be honest, the church I used to go to, right, my previous church, that was like the one thing they were amazing at. They were just fantastic at having events that had nothing to do with Jesus and getting people to figure out, oh, I'm in a church. Oh, what's this church about? Oh, okay, cool. I went to a great event at this church. And it's a church. And they're not wackos, right? So, yeah. But now they're like not so great at that. Anyway, I'm not going to go there, but because that could be resolved easily. But what I'm saying is, so those are those churches. And then you've got the other churches where it's like, no. That's for the converted. The Sunday morning is where you get all the people. And I'm trying to think of how the churches I've been attending have been set up. And I'm like, some of them have been set up one way and some of them have been set up the other. I mean, the pastor, that current pastor of the church that I go to now, has always like treated it as like, you don't go to church to run away from the world. And I went, I mean, you don't, but like, a lot of churches come off that way where, oh, okay, a lot of churches come off that way where it's like, oh, so we're going to like, be the like safe haven of places that'll get away from the world, and like that's not right. I know that part's not right, but I don't blame the people who think of it in like a, well, think of it in like a, yeah, but coming in to just be the person who already is converted, right, and to just learn more, because that's not wrong. I don't particularly think that that's 100% wrong. I don't think it's wrong per se. But I also don't think it's right. So it's a weird, like, dichotomy of, like, you've got to, like, make sure people aren't coming in to, like, run away from the world and be like, oh, we're the safe haven, and, oh, as long, it's the same, like, ticket to heaven kind of people, right? Well, I got my ticket to heaven, and, I'm good, right? Don't have to do anything else in the world. Don't have to exist. Don't have to associate with the world. And which is dumb. Which is just 100% dumb. Because that's not what Paul meant when he writes, you can be in the world but not of it. Right? Because that's stupid. You have to exist in the world. That doesn't, like... Because I was also thinking, like... Because the previous pastor also talks about how, like... My previous pastor, the guy who runs young adults, right? Oh, there it is. Right? God dang it. Right? He talks about how, like... If we want to get the people of the world, we have to still do things that are of the world. Okay, and now what he means by that, and that's not how he ended it. He said it like, of the world, and we have to do it, the way they do it, like the right way, right? According to whatever the world would think, right? So he took the example of, because somebody asked, like, well, why do we have to worry about, like, well, if the world's gonna, if we're gonna get a new heaven and a new earth anyway, why are we worrying so hard about, like, recycling, global warming, and all that stuff, right? If we're gonna get a new heaven and new earth, yeah, okay, fine. Don't go, running, just, burning whatever, that produces the worst black smoke ever into the atmosphere, or like burn, or like just spray, what do you call those things? Those aerosols with whatever that chemical was, or just like dump a bunch of, what do you call it? Refrigerant or coolant, the ones that used to be in, or the things that are in like, air conditioners and fridges, right? Okay, yeah, don't dump it into rivers. But also, like, do we have to really worry that hard? And he made the point, like, well, yeah, but if we want to be taken seriously, we have to not impress them per se, but, like, at least be at the same level as them, or else, and do it right, or else they'll just think we're absolutely nuts. Like, we're stupid people, right? We're just idiots, and that run on our own agenda. We'll end up with the no, well, I was going to say the Mormons, but the Amish of the, like, well, we can just do whatever the hell we please, right? We're above the whatever, whether it's a law or just, logic or whatever, right? So for me, I'm just like, but I don't, no, but that, okay. Because yes, okay, fine. I don't believe we need to, like, not waste our time, but, like, use all our time. Because I'm thinking also on the walk, I'm like, yeah, but what's more important? Let's be honest. Let's be brutally honest here, okay? Yes, you can use those as ways to get people to believe in Jesus. But if you don't get people to believe in Jesus, what's the point? I want to put a question on the board one day, because there's something that my friend did one time. He wrote the word life and then a question mark, and then he took the dot from the question mark and put it over the dot of the I. So it's what's, so question mark, the point in life. And I'm like, wow, that's great. And so I used it a couple of times for things like said people or whatever, wrote it down. And now I'm like, oh, I'm going to put that on the board. Because, like, think about it, right? Think about it, right? For me, at least, I feel like, well, the point of the Christian is to worship God. And get as many people, and right? And it's not, because the point of being a Christian is to worship God. That's what I think, full stop, right? But, or the way... right? The way you go about getting people to do that, okay, fine, that's a whole different thing, right? Yeah, there's like, what are you supposed to do though to get people, the most people to, worship God, worship Jesus, right? Well, accept Jesus Lord and Savior and worship God, right? That's a whole different conversation, right? That conversation kind of falls under that whole like, okay, well now you've got to figure out what would get that group of people to, or this group. Because I put a question on the board last night and I was like, we didn't end again doing it because we did something different last night, but which was on the spiritual gifts. But anyway, and so my question was basically, can the Great Commission be fulfilled? Like, can we get every Christian who's supposed to believe in Jesus to believe in Jesus? And now, we is a broad term. I don't know if that's going to be us or humanity. Because yes, every Christian who's going to believe in God will believe in God. That's just going to happen. But what I'm saying is, what my question kind of was, can we as humans do that? Or are we just kind of like, it doesn't matter? Because a lot of Christians use this quote of like, my brother made the point that one time, and he's like, oh no, because I made the point of like, well, her like mission, so the previous person who used to run young adults, right? Her like mission was to get at least one or more people to accept Jesus and to become a Christian. I'm like, okay, it's a fine way of thinking, fine way of doing it. Doesn't matter. Good. I brought it up with my brother or whatever one time, and he was like, and I said to myself, or I said in that conversation, I was like, because I was talking with my friend and my brother, and I was like, yeah, but we don't know if this was like imposed from someone else that said this and thought this. And then my brother goes, no. These people think that. These people like think that they're like failing as Christians if they don't, convert people or save people, right? And I'm like, I don't know, because I don't know if she like really deeply felt that way. I don't know. And that church is very good at like telling you what to do without telling you what to do, or straight up like, no, man, we have to like, no, this is what we're gonna do, or like play mind games with you where they kind of go like subtly put in, oh, can you also do this? Can you also say this? Can you add this? Can you say this? My brother's been the bearer of that kind of stuff, and he's like seen it and like experienced it full hand. He said stuff up on stage, and then, well, that part was added because this person asked me to. I'm like, and he was like, I'm not adverse to that. I don't think it's like the worst, but I watch that and I make sure that it's not some sort of like wacky, stupid little whatever, right? Like, okay, I'm like, make sure it's something I would say basically. If I were to think of it, I would say it, Not like, oh yeah, we're going to talk about this now. No. Anyway, what were they going to say? Yeah. So I don't know about that, but yeah, no, these people are like that. So I think, yeah, okay, that's fine. But yeah, like it's imposed upon people. I don't know. Some people do feel like they're failing if they're not, converting people to Jesus. So that's what I'm saying. Like, is that not the most important thing in life? That's not the most important thing as a Christian. Personally, it's to worship God, and then publicly, it's to get people, publicly meaning like outside of your personal like Christian walk, it's to accept Jesus. No, it's to get more people to accept Jesus. No, right? That's what I feel. I don't think that's too controversial of an opinion. I think that's what, because the guy who runs young adults pastor, right? He's like, okay, look, we're all evangelists. We're all, evangelists, and we're all what do you call them? Prophet? No. What do you? Oh, there's another word for them. Anyway, yeah, we're all people to go get more people. We're all just, that's our job. It's like, yeah, no, you're 100% correct. I think you're 100% correct. It's just, how do you go about doing that? That's the like story. That's the like weird, like that's where we have to like all come to our own way of figuring out how to do that. Because I think, personally, okay, that's not. Oh, there. No, okay, never mind. Yeah, I think that it's all different and personal, and you got to figure it out. And there's a lot of pedantic things that the Christians just like waste their time on, where it's like, why are you wasting your time with this, that, or the other thing? It doesn't matter. That's what you want, or how you like it, or how whatever, right? And it doesn't get more people to Jesus, so what's the point? And yeah, you can have those arguments every once in a while and still all believe the same thing and whatever, believe the same fundamental things, right? But the problem is they come a little too or they waste a little bit too much time on this whole I don't know. They waste their time on a lot of things that just don't matter, in my opinion. How the music sounds and how this and how that and this, that, the other. And I'm just like, okay, look, I don't have a problem, but I'm also with some of it, but others no. I'm sorry, I'm going to say right now, stop wasting. Isn't the whole point to go? Isn't the Great Commission, which is Jesus says, hey, go make disciples of all nations. He doesn't go and say, well, make sure your family of your church family is well pleased and well this and well that and well versed and well this and well that, because whatever. No, that's not what he'd say. Paul comes to these Corinthians and goes, no, stop, you're all baloney. Stop the phony. I need 6. I need 6 minutes. Okay, can we put on 6 minutes? Where's 6? Right? Where it's no. Paul comes to these churches and goes, you're wasting your time with this, that, and the other thing. There are some points where it's just kind of sure, it doesn't really matter or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But other times it's well, no. You have to actually, no, this is stupid. Some points where it's just whatever, right? Where it's this, that, and the other thing. You're wasting your time. Don't do this. Kind of who cares? What's the difference? Yada, yada. Right? Which is fair. I don't. No, this one, please. Thank you. Right? Where it's no, you're wasting your time here. What's the point? No, stop. That's not the point. That's not the point. Have you gotten more people to accept Jesus? And they're oh, no. Well, then you're wasting your lives. He doesn't say it like that, but he definitely says it he definitely says it in a, well, yeah. As in, he definitely says it in a, can I, not select any of them? Can I unselect? How do I unselect? How do I unselect these things? I have to go to the beginning and this and then that. Unselect. How do I? Okay. Get out of that. What the heck just happened? Bug reports. Crashes. Great. But yeah. So, right? I'm just saying, in my opinion, it's well, okay. Isn't that the most important part of the whole thing? I don't know. Look, I don't really know. In my opinion, I feel like it's getting people to accept Jesus. That's not right. I don't think it's a controversial opinion. I think, yeah, no. I personally think that it should be that we get the most people to accept Jesus. I don't think it's a controversial opinion. Know your theology, be able to teach people stuff. But that's almost beside the point. Almost. Right? It's almost beside the point. Thank you. It's almost beside the point. Now, yes, of course you have to know your thing properly. But no, who cares kind of thing. If you fundamentally believe in Jesus, love God and love like God, it doesn't really matter. In my opinion, love is the biggest thing. If you don't love like Jesus, love and accept that Jesus died for you, he was the ultimate love, then there's no point. Because it's the highest of this is love. The greatest of this is love, Wasn't it love, joy, and something or other? I don't remember what Paul says, but he says something about love. Peace, love, and joy or something, but the greatest of this is love or something like that in Corinthians. And or I think it's Corinthians anyway. And without love, we're a clanging gong or a whatever. And I'm well, yeah, that makes sense, right? Makes so much sense. Because think about it. That's the point. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be harsh, you can't be this, you can't be that. But I'm just saying, like, if you don't love Jesus, love like Jesus, I feel like there's literally no point to... I was going to say no point to living, but I feel like that's a little bit much. But I would definitely go to the point of saying, well, no. That's legitimately... Why are you even, like... Why are you a Christian? I would question someone and say, why are you a Christian? If you don't love Jesus and love like Jesus and get more people to love Jesus and love like Jesus, I feel like, why are you wasting, like, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. Now, do I do a great job of that? Of course not. I'm not perfect. Right? But I at least don't come off as like some, look at me, I'm a privy, look at me, I'm so high and mighty, look, I'm so theologically sound. Like, that doesn't matter. God's not going to come up. You're not going to get to heaven because you decided, oh yeah, or because you were like, oh, my theology is like super sound. Look at me, my theology is great. Look at this, like it's like theology is like on point, on fleek, if you will, on point, right? No, God's going to go, how many people did you accept? Did you get to accept me as their savior? God's going to be like, how many people did you get to accept Jesus as their savior and to love me, and they'll be like, and love like me, and they're like, you know, right? Not that they'd be kicked out of heaven, but I'm just saying, like, or not permitted into heaven. I'm just saying, like, I don't particularly think that's the point, right? I don't think the point is, oh, look at me, I had my high and right. I'm thinking about a friend, right? And he had the wherewithal to say, okay, I thought of this as like my pride, pretentious little, like, whatever, look at me, I'm so great, right? But then there's a female, and I'm like, you're the same person, but a female. And you can't even accept that you're looking pretentiously upon, like, oh, look at me. I was looking with my whatever. No, because you, like, believe it. Until someone slaps you in the face with a, no, this is your pride, right? This is your pride looking like, look at me, I'm so high and mighty, or in the, like, Christian, like, theology. Like, look at me, I'm so theologically sound. No. Until someone slaps your face and no, that's not it. That's your pride talking. You're never gonna see it. That's also weird. I don't understand those people. Those people are like, to me, it's like, what? Okay. Anyway, look, I don't have a problem with some of those people, but others are like, it's this weird, like, trying to throw that as, like, look at me. Also, throwing religion at people is dumb. Also, I hate people, and I've probably said this before. My dad hates them, and I have a friend who hates them too. Where it's like, where they do this, like, weird thing where they then use, like, their Bible. Oh, well, this Bible and that Bible. What about this verse and that verse? But stop it. That's not the point here. We're not that's not why we're doing any of this. Stop it, right? Which is fair. It's not. But I understand when someone says, well, no, because then you get the problem with, I had another person I knew who's at those young adult rallies, who was like, he never showed up again because some guy was like, well, you don't know your Bible. And it's like, which could have been, which claims to be a fundamental thing that all Christians should know. And I'm thinking to myself, come on, man. That's the problem, though. He didn't tell because I was hearing this secondhand, so I don't know what this is. But what I'm saying is, right, is that those, like, you get those people too. It's like, well, that depends on what the heck. First of all, it depends on who it was and what it was that they were saying was, like, some fundamental Christian thing. Because it could have been, like, you know, some real fundamental Christian thing that, yeah, you should know. But the other one could have been some stupid, like, you know, theological idea that you're just like, how do you not know that? It's like, well, not every Christian knows that. Or not every Christian has ever taught this. That's the other thing. And I don't think if they were never taught this, they'd go to hell. That's the other thing, too. That's the problem that some churches have, where it's like, or some, like, Christians, not necessarily churches, but yes, churches, but Christians. They have this weird, like, thought process to be like, well, if you don't know everything and all the detailed little nuances of Christianity, oh, you're screwed, bro. I'm like, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Don't give me that baloney. Stop that crap, okay? That's not what. No, stop it. Stop it. If I don't know some esoteric, you know, very, very complicated, convoluted theological idea, I don't think I'm going to hell. Thank you very much. Stop this. Stop this. Cut the crap, okay? Stop the baloney. Right? Because you put everybody, like, if you put 100 Christians in a room, all from different ethnic and denominational backgrounds, as long as they all believed in, you know, the fundamentals of the, what do you call them? Apostles' Creed, you know, you believe in God the Father, God the Son, the Holy Spirit, that Jesus was born of a Virgin Mary, that, you know, all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, go read the Apostles' Creed if you want to know all about that. There's a few more things in there. You know, oh, and the resurrection, that he rose again. Right? I think you believe all that stuff. You believe the Apostles' Creed, basically. Then you're fine. Like, I don't think, you know, which is where some of those people go and think, like, well, the Lutherans are fine, and these people are fine, and that people are fine because they still believe in the right things we do, but, like, I don't know about them, you know, Mormons, or them Amish, or them Mennonites, or them Jehovah's Witnesses. And, like, yeah, well, none of those people believe Jesus in the same way the Protestants do, or even the Catholics, right? So, yeah, okay, I don't think, to be honest, I don't think those people are great people. But you put a bunch of Christians in a room, I don't think there's going to be some big, huge battle. I mean, you'd have you'd devolve into an argument eventually, I'm sure. But at least you'd all come to the same, like, conclusion. As long as you're all, like, the pastor of previous church who runs the young adults, as long as you're like him, who has got the attitude of, we can all disagree. So, yeah. I don't think, you know, it's a bad thing. I don't think we're bad. But, yeah. It's a bad thing. We're going to hell or anything. But, yeah. I think I'm going to end it now just so I can get... Because I keep getting... your... what's it called? Full. C drive's full. So, I think it's going to be it for now, guys. If you want to get in contact with me, there's the email, which is taoimposters@gmail.com. That's taoimposters@gmail.com. There's the two Discords. And then if you want to contribute, there's the Patreon. Patreon.com/wingwong. Both W's are capital. That's patreon.com/wingwong. Both W's are capital. And then there's the music if you want to stream it or buy it. And then there's the Etsy store. I think it's going to be it for now, guys. So, adios, mi amigos.